Hey kids, today we're doing the FMV archive and we're doing a game that is a card game, Forbidden Solitaire, new to the FMV archive. This game was developed by Gray Alien Games and Night Signal Entertainment. This is a solitaire game. It's just released in April of 2026. I believe it's on Steam only at the moment. I paid $15 for it. Is this $15 worth it for you? We'll find out. It's a card playing game. How interesting could it be? Let's find out in our 10-point system, starting with the story. Yes, there's a story to a solitaire game. This is Forbidden Solitaire, not just any solitaire. This is a solitaire game that was released in 1995 on a CD-ROM, and you found it. You're like, holy cow, I'm going to fire this up. And you text your buddy, hey, I found Forbidden Solitaire. Let's play it. And I'm going to play it right now. Your buddy's like, you know, I remember that. I'm going to do some research on it. What that person is finding out is people were dying when they were playing Forbidden Solitaire. Well, not only were they dying, this may be a little bit satanic thing going on here. In the 90s, 80s, there was this thing called the Satanic Panic people, where people actually thought, the majority of Americans thought, that paganism and Satanism were taking over our entire culture, from politics to our daycare centers. It is wild. Google it, learn something. Anyway, your friend Emily keeps texting you back and forth these crazy videos of like, hey, look at the developer, man. He was a little bit weird, wasn't he? And there were protests about this game. Holy cow, it's really strange. And it gets getting creepier and creepier as you play the solitaire game. The story does not need to be this good for a solitaire game, but it is. It's captivating. You want to finish your hands of solitaire, so you learn more about this crazy story that is kind of going on in the background. And there's also a story in the solitaire game itself. It's kind of a dungeon crawler. You're getting through, you're beating enemies, playing solitaire against them, unlocking doors by solving solitaire puzzles. So we'll get to that in a second. But the story overall, it's a 10. A lot of fun, adds a lot of value to this game. Number 2, talked a little bit about that gameplay. It's solitaire, okay? But it is a little bit different. You get power-up cards. You get cards that can kind of blow up cards, eliminate them from your deck. You can get wild cards. There's sometimes where you need to get like 3 hearts in a row to unlock something on there. There are keys that unlock different cards in here. So it's a little bit of a variant of solitaire, which makes it a lot more fun. There's different patterns to it. There's different layouts for every single solitaire board. Gameplay is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Goes quickly. It's a lot of fun. It's hard, but not impossible either. 10 overall for the gameplay. Numero 3, the look and the graphics. It looks like a 1995 PC game. Really good. The color palette is really awesome for this. They really captured that time period perfectly for this, which you would find. It kind of reminded me of like a dungeon 3D chess type of game back then in the day that you would have played on your PC. Looks really good in those terms. The menus are really good. The layouts of the boards for the solitaire games are damn near perfect. The actual FMV quality video is not great, but it's not supposed to be great. That's not what you're playing this game for. You're playing it for the solitaire. There just happens to be an awesome story that goes along with it. Looking graphics, 8 overall. Number 4, the dialogue. Okay, the dialogue is not much. There is dialogue text in-game that you are playing that really fits the time period of those types of games that you were playing where you're doing kind of dungeon exploration games. And those are done really well. The dialogue that is in the actual FMV scenes that you're getting about the kind of creepy game developer and kind of weird stories that go along with this, I think is done pretty well. It tells the story fairly clearly in a very short amount of time, which is not easy to do. I'd give the dialogue an 8 overall. Number 5, usually talk about the consequences of your choices right here. It's not that type of game. It's more of a linear card game that you're playing with story elements associated with it. So we'll go over controls and game logic. Controls are super good on this one. Never had anything that was hard to figure out. Everything that you do on here is very intuitive. It makes sense right off the bat. You do not need to read a manual for this. You do not need to read rules for this. It comes up to you and it makes sense really quick. If you know how to play solitaire, you'll do really well at this and figure it out instantly. Game logic is really good. Okay, you see like a heart with a 3 on, okay, and it has chains on it. It's locked up. I need to get 3 hearts in a row to unlock those chains. Everything makes sense for the game logic. The pace of the game goes very quick, which is also nice. Controls and game logic can't get much better. I'd say it's a 10 overall for both. Number 6, the acting. There is acting in this. These FMV snippet scenes in between current affair type of exposés on the game. There's a little bit of those. There's also a couple interviews with the game developer himself on there, and those are pretty good. These aren't big-time actors on this. You're not going to see big names in this. You're going to see people with long IMDb pages on this, but they do what they do, and they do it to convey a story, and it ends up making a lot of sense in the And the acting is what it is. It's not great. I've definitely seen a lot worse at FMV games, that's for sure. I would give it a 7 overall for the acting. It looks like a 1995 CD-ROM game. In the actual FMV scenes, listen, they're supposed to be kind of mockumentary type of things that you're watching on there. So don't expect great landscapes or really interesting shots. It's kind of informational videos that you're watching more or less. And you get that information through, and that is what it is. It's not bad. It's not supposed to be great. It's just supposed to be kind of there to push a story along through the story elements. So I think it is accurate in what it's supposed to do. I would give it a 7 overall for the cinematography. Up next, 8, the music and the sound. I love the sound effects on this. This sounds like they're ripped exactly from like those battle chess games and stuff like that. There are those types of sounds that come out that you played in the early 90s on CD-ROM. I think they're really good. The sound effects are excellent in this. Sound design is really good for the actual videos that they have in this. It sounds exactly how it should have for 1995 videos in this. I think the music and the sound design are really good. I think they add a lot to this game. I would give it a 9 overall for music and sound design. Number 9, inventiveness. What's new in this? Card playing games. We've been playing these since like the 80s on PCs and stuff, but they take a totally different take on playing a card game on this, and they add story elements to it. I'm not a huge card playing game, so this might be something that's done all the time. I've never seen it before. That's why it caught my attention. That's why I wanted to play this game. Even though I knew it kind of wouldn't be a full FMV game, I thought this looks interesting enough. So it is different in that. They add different spins to Solitaire. It took an old idea and gave it a fresh twist. I would give it a 9 overall for inventiveness. There are going to be things in here that you haven't seen before, I think. Number 10, fun. How much fun is Forbidden Solitaire? It's a card game. It has a story associated with it. I had a ton of fun playing with it. I wanted to get through these things to get more of the story, and when I got more of the story, I wanted to play more of the card games. I'd say this is a lot of fun. I'd give it a 10 overall, well worth the 15 bucks. So our final score is a 90. Did I think I was going to give this game a 90 when I picked it up for 14 whatever on Steam? No, I thought it was going to be at best a 50 or 60. I mean, it's a solitaire game. How good could it be? It's really good. If you like different types of things that kind of challenging your mind in new ways, I think you'll really like Forbidden Solitaire. If you want kind of a weird story that goes along with your card playing, you'll really like Forbidden Solitaire. The other thing I think you'll really like is the FMV archive, because that's all we do. We do nothing but FMV gaming here. We do walkthroughs, we do top 5 lists, we do playthroughs, we do everything in between. So if you like this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and we will keep doing more of it. Thank you. Have a good one.